Okay, the sale season is upon us and you might have seen a lot of smartphone launches. This right here is the iQOO Z5 in my hand and this is not an unboxing video. Nope, nah. I've used the device for about 3 to 4 days now, so it's kind of telling you the features as well as testing them out. Interesting format, right? Well, if you love the recent video streaks, subscribe to TechWiser to stay wiser, and this is iQOO Z5. It comes with really interesting specs like Snapdragon 778, LPDDR5 RAM, UFS 3.1 storage, which usually comes with phones that cost a lot more. The phone starts at 23,999 for the base 8GB to 128GB variant, which is available unlike other phones. After bank discount, Amazon coupon, which is pretty common these days, the phone comes down to 20,999. So this is Prateek, you're already watching TechWiser, and the question that has to be asked is, should you consider iQOO Z5 at 21,000 or is this the best gaming phone at that price? Let's find out together. Now it's the classic crooked iQOO box. Inside you get this phone and there's interesting stuff. You get some paperwork, barcode sticker, clear case, and interesting part, it's a 44-watt charger. iQOO Z3 came with 55-watt charging. So this Z5 comes with 44-watt charging. USB-A to Type-C cable and a SIM ejector tool hiding in the back. And straight up, the iQOO Z5 looks and feels good in your hand as it weighs only 194, 195 gram or whatever the scale tells you. It's inaccurate to a few grams, so drop a comment and let me know we need a better scale. Anyways, this bag, it actually fooled me for a bit. I thought it's frosted glass, but it's actually plastic. Like, I had to really scratch it a bit to see it's polycarbonate. So, good job on the finish. It 99.9% got me, and yes, it doesn't collect fingerprints. If you're someone who likes to use your phone without a case, you would like this. No glass break, less scratches and less fingerprints. You also have a headphone jack, which is a premium feature in my opinion. I do miss jack. Now the interesting thing is you only have 2 SIM card slots, no microSD expansion. They should have provided it, although the base variant is 128GB and available, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. It feels weird to say this every time, like this is the phone and it's available. Now before we come to the display, I'm really excited to see the Snapdragon 778G power, one of the cheapest Snapdragon 778 phones, and even the iQOO Z5 has a 28,837mm square liquid cooling inside it, like whoa. So iQOO promises the liquid cooling can increase CPU and GPU performance by 40% and even reduce CPU surface temperature by 3 degrees and internal CPU temperature by 12 degrees. So let's test that. First of all, I ran a CPU throttling test to see if Snapdragon 778G is running at full potential, and after that 15 minutes of the testing, the temperature is so and so. Now this is normal. Good. Let's push it and play BGMI on HDR graphics at ultra frame rates. By the way, it can run extreme graphics at smooth frame rates, but we want to see its power, right? So now I've played for half an hour. I was even recording frame rates on the PC, and as you can see, it's constantly 40 FPS. And there is a drop in frame rates over here. So that was the time I was killed, thrown out, and I had to join back again. The temperature of the phone is pretty cool at 40, maximum 41 degrees you can say. So now if it can still go on, let's turn on full HD screen recording with internal audio and let's see how the frame rates and temperatures are after half an hour. Means here you get to kill people like while unlimited respawns, like that's what I want in life. And after half an hour of playing BGMI along with 1080p screen recording, you see the temperature is still around 41 or you can say 42. There's like 1 degree jump. And for the frame rates, it's still 40 FPS, maybe 39-ish. There are a lot of drops here and there because I was playing Arena. You go back to the menu and join back again. So I did that like 4 or 5 times. So you can see the drop in FPS over there. But again, constantly 40 FPS. Now let's play another tough game. Let's push it and play Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is a really heavy game. So we'll play at medium frame rates and 60 FPS, which is still heavy for this phone. You try on your smartphone and let me know how that feels. Dude, I hate when in Genshin Impact they give you a demon of level 32. Like I am level 8 or 10. It's hard to kill them. He also has a shield. Like come on. The shield is level 10. So now I again played Genshin Impact for about half an hour, and as you can see the temperature is 42 degrees Celsius, which is cool. Like if you consider Genshin Impact, it's a heavy game and taxes the CPU. So yes, the graphite liquid cooling chip does provide good cooling, and definitely for performance, it is pretty great in this segment. I'm not checking the RAM and all of that capabilities because I have the 12GB variant. You guys will mostly get the 8GB one. So now the main stuff you waited for, the display. It's a 120Hz Full HD IPS LCD display. Now the bezels are quite less, as you can see. Also there's a punch hole this time. Now is it a bad LCD? Here, have a look at this HDR scene on YouTube. And even the brightness and viewing angle outdoors is good. But is it better than AMOLED? No, I'm not saying that either. But for people who like LCD displays, an option in the segment is always better. If you are the AMOLED person like me, better options are available. Now to compensate, you do have a stereo speaker, and hear for yourself. By the way, I like this song, NCS Be Gone. Now, it's not one of the best stereo speaker, but it's loud. And about the camera, here are the photos from the 64 megapixel main ISOCELL GW3 sensor. I found the dynamic range to be quite good. Like this shot over here is against a really bright sky, and you can see the clouds as well as the pillar beam. At times, I found the faces to be a bit yellowish, but I would need more time with this camera after 2 or 3 software updates. The wide angle is surprisingly contrasty. The photos in broad daylight are not bad. However, if you zoom in on the photos, the clarity is missing. The 8 megapixel sensor shows. Here are some mandatory macro shots. And the selfies are like Vivo. The skin tone is a bit yellowish, but eye-pleasing. Instagram will like you. I also took a couple of shots late at night. The sensor does gather a lot of light, so photos come out brighter, but the lack of OIS and details show. Now you have ultra smooth stabilization at 1080p 60 fps. However, the rear camera can record 4K 30 fps maximum. So you can record 1080p 30 fps video from the front camera, and you can judge the audio quality of the mic, and it's pretty loud in here. You have a constant static noise, so let's see how well it can cancel all of it. And here's an interesting thing. The iQOO Z5 comes with FunTouch OS 12. One thing that they have done a good job with in previous FunTouch OS versions, the OS used to skip animations in 120Hz, but here it's pretty fluid. I'm swiping up pretty fast, so good job iQOO on that. Plus, now you can quickly switch between apps in FunTouch OS 12 that was missing in FunTouch OS 11. You also get a couple of extra widgets in FunTouch OS 12, but as of now, I didn't find any useful ones, so iQOO should update this widget list. Now, there is a fair share of bloatware, as you can see. Can be uninstalled, but I could still see it. But the good thing is, FunTouch OS 12 doesn't have Vivo's own V App Store, so you don't get those App Store annoying notifications. Now, in terms of network, I have one problem. I used it with my Jio SIM and I couldn't get 4G plus anywhere. The phone does support 4G plus, but I think that has to be fixed via a software update. Anyways, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, 2 5G bands. Also, now you have Google Dialer and Google Messages. So whenever you call record, there's an announcement.
This call is now being recorded.
Also, I tested the call calling via the proximity sensor and it works fine. So all in all, who should consider this iQOO Z5 phone? See, it's meant to be a gaming phone, and in terms of performance, it does that part really well. So if you're looking for a gaming on a budget, you can consider this phone. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. Let me know if you want to see a full review of this or who should we compare this phone with, and see you pretty soon.